Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Tunisia Lewis. I'm aspiring minister Lewis. Some might say, some call me storybook. So my thing is, I am one for the storybooks because I can talk a whole lot. This is my first Periscope, and I just want to say good morning to anyone and everyone that views this Periscope today. And I had a thought this morning that I wanted to share. My very first Periscope took a long time to do because I felt like I needed it to be important, something that meant a lot to me. I didn't want to just get up there to say any old thing. And being a preacher, of course, we can preach. However, I wanted to be able to say something that meant a lot to me. So this morning I was getting dressed and a thought came to me. I thought about all the hurts and pains that I experienced in church. And, I had been told sometimes that I needed to have thick skin. You need to have thicker skin to deal with people in church. But you know what God put in my spirit this morning, and I hope that it blesses you guys. It blessed me tremendously. What he said was that he's a loving God. First and foremost, he's love. He can't separate himself from his love. He and love and he and his word are just one. And if we're striving to be like him, then that's what we need. We need an increase in love. We need a stronger love for one another, love for God's creatures, God's creation, because that's what's going to do it. So I said, God, give me confirmation through your word of what you said. And what he gave me was Proverbs 10 and 12. And it says that hatred starts fights, but love pulls a quilt over the bickering. And that was my confirmation because I was like, yes, God. See, love covers a multitude of sins. And that's the way we're used to reading it, that it covers a multitude of sins. But if you dig a little bit deeper and look at a few other versions, they can sometimes help you understand it those words a little bit better. And so what I did was look into another version of that scripture of Proverbs 10:12 that says that love covers a multitude of sins. And this explained it all. It said that love is the thing that puts a quilt over the bickering. So anytime anything happens to you in church that may have hurt your feelings or may have made you feel like that may not be the place for you, and you know that God sent you there, but you're unsure because of how you're being treated or how something may have happened to you in that moment, in a weakness of someone else. Just remind yourself that love, I'm just getting really touched. Don't mind me, I'm a crybaby, but anyway, it's really touching me because I lead in ministry, in praise and worship, and being in the forefront, you can become a target. I don't exactly know, and I never will know all of the things that a pastor would go through. But when you do get out front and you say, pick me, Lord, choose me, I want to be used by you. People will target you in their weakness, not saying that they just dislike you or whatever, but in their moments of weakness, they tend to react or act in a way that may be unseemly or ungodly. And so the way to get beyond that is not to have a thick skin. There's nowhere in the Bible that says that I know we have to have a thick skin. I know that we are to be used by God and to be strong and courageous. However, the courage is in love, a loving courage. And so I just want to encourage you guys, anybody that's watching and anybody that will be watching, that if you increase in love, then the love that you have for everybody, the love that you give to others, even in their time of weakness, even when they're hurting you. It says that your love can put a quilt over the bickering. And I just thank God for that. And, I want to leave you with something else. God's mercies are tender, and his kindness is loving. It says somewhere in the Bible that he has tender mercies. God, remember your tender mercies and your loving kindness. And so that's what sat in my spirit this morning, and it is just blessing me. I'm ready to go do praise and worship. My husband, the elder Drexel Lewis, is about to start corporate prayer. He's setting the atmosphere this morning at our church, Mount Carmel Baptist Church in Virginia. And I got to be in the midst. You just don't want to be somewhere else when he's praying. And I just thank God for him. I thank God for each one of you. And I'm glad that you tuned in. And I hope that this was a blessing to you. Because God's mercies are tender, his kindness is loving, so we can increase then our love for one another. We don't have to have thick skin. We just have to have more love, because your love can cover like a quilt over any bickering, any negativity. Have a positive day today. Be blessed this Sunday morning. And I hope that this Periscope, my very first Periscope, was indeed a blessing to you. Have a wonderful morning. Bye.